We are studying the definition of yoga from different masters and text. So if you see the document, the first definition is coming from Patanjali. Patanjali, who is Patanjali?
He wrote the
Patanjali,
Yoga Sutra.
yes, Patanjali is the author of Yoga Sutra, is one of the best book on yoga. He is also Patanjali, the master is also known as father of Eastern psychology. What we study in psychology? We study mind. Huh? That is, so it is the mind that helps us to reach to the highest state of yoga. So now what definition he gives? So it is just for you become the best teacher, you have these definitions with the name of the master and also the name of the text from where these definitions were taken. So you have three means. So you should know the master, you should know the text, and you should know the definition of yoga. So the first definition given by Patanjali is the name of the master. Do you see I have written 360 BC? Means what? You add 2021 plus 360. Patanjali is as old as huh? almost almost 20. Normally people say he was around 2500 years ago. So what definition he has given? Yogas chitta vritti nirodha, that is in Sanskrit, yoga is the restraint of modifications of the mind. Can you write another simplify? Emptying the state of emptying the mind, emptying emptying the mind of its content is yoga. That is a simpler definition. You empty the mind completely. What happens? Yoga happens. How come yoga happens? We should know. So, what happens when you meditate? All the thought, feeling, images, experiences from the mind is totally empty. But what happens in that emptiness? The knowledge of the true nature enters into the mind. That is why that is the main goal of meditation. From where the knowledge of the real nature reveals in the mind? From inside, real nature is deep inside our heart. So when the mind is empty, the real nature enters there and we experience that. That becomes yoga. Clear? Understood? Now, second definition of yoga. You see the name of the text? Katho Upanishad. Sometime Upanishad is a group of texts. Their masters are unknown. That is why I have not written the name of the masters. So you know the text. Katho Upanishad is the name of the text. So what he says, if you read it, when five sense organs are established in the mind, mind unites with the buddhi, the state brings equanimity with and awakens auspicious sanskaras. The state is of the highest state known as liberation. That is another definition of yoga. Now let me explain you in a simple word so you can write. Have you seen there is a Russian doll? So you have six or seven dolls. So you open the first, the second comes, second open, third comes, fourth, and the last one, there is total emptiness. Huh? Have you seen that? So now thinking of that, What are outside external sense organs? Our sense organs are eyes, ears, tongues, nose, and skin. So, how do you see me? Through your eyes. So, seeing is knowing? Yes. After seeing, that is how you know it. Oh, I feel pain. That is sensation, touch. I hear some sound. You were just listening to Google was talking unnecessarily. We did not say anything and still the Google was talking. So now see that first. Simply understand. First is object. What is the object of eyes?
To see.
Object of eye is name and not the just form. I see you. You are a form. You are a girl. You are a girl. I see the house. So that is the object of the eyes. What is the object of ears? Sound. What is the object of skin? Touch sensation. What is the object of nose? Or the it is smell. What is the object of tongue? It is taste. Right? That is how we get the knowledge. Are you getting it? We receive knowledge from five sense organs. Right? Clear. So now, when the sense organ withdraws itself inside into the mind, then you don't see any object. First level. That happens in deep sleep. But if that can happen in meditation, that is why I say you close your eyes, look inside. Why I say you? Because now we don't want these sense organs should disturb us in meditation. Clear? Then what the mind brings in to us, thoughts, feelings, sensation. Even if you want to meditate and still the mind is constantly hammering thoughts in your mind. So when we calm down the mind, how we calm down the mind? When the mind absorbs or settles into buddhi. You can write down buddhi means intellect, or you simply write down a series object, sense organs, objects hyphen sense organs hyphen mind hyphen intellect hyphen ego hyphen real self. And then you can understand easily. Object, senses or sense organs, then mind, then intellect, then ego, then real self. Clear? So, how to find the real self? Now, take an example of a Russian doll. The outermost doll is object. Remove that. Go far away from that. How you go far away from that? The sense organs leave this. Now, the second doll is sense organ. Leave that. Third doll is mind. Leave that. Fourth doll is intellect. Leave that. Fifth doll is ego. Leave that. What is left? Real self. Did you get it? With that doll, you can easily understand. So what happens? That also happens in deep sleep. In deep sleep, do you know which bed, which room, which nation, which town you are sleeping in? Hayden, do you know it? In deep sleep? What? Do you know in deep sleep where are you sleeping? Just unmute it. Tell me.
Well, you know where you're sleeping because you went to sleep there, though.
In deep sleep, you don't know anything. You even don't know about your body.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's true. Because, like, when you think about deep sleep, you know, you're sleeping wherever you fell asleep. I guess while you're sleeping, okay, that, yeah.
So what happens? That is, in meditation, don't, in sleep, you don't know anything about your body, your bed, your room, noise coming from outside. In the same way, but little different, in meditation, you know everything, but you are totally away from the sense organ, from the mind, from the intellect, from the ego, and that brings you to the same emptiness, and that emptiness reveals your real nature. So I said, only one girl knows everything in deep sleep. So I wanted to be sure. That's why I told you to unmute. Maybe possible. So in deep sleep, we are not at all aware of it. So now see the third definition. It is the name of the Upanishad, the Maitrayano Upanishad. What it says, oneness of senses, mind, prana, achieving concentrated state, becoming introvert by absorbing senses into the mind. I just gave that same example. So it's the same definition in Maitrayo Upanishad we find. Same in, I have written absorbing senses into mind, mind into buddhi, buddhi means intellect, buddhi into the soul or the self is yoga. Clear? So, Katho Upanishad, and instead of a soul, you correct it, it is the self. Normally, sometimes people talk about soul is different. So, that I have written for the sake of uh, philosophers, academicians, because they do not understand the self. So I say it is soul. Now come to the Yoga Shikho Upanishad, the yoga definition number 4. So here you should write down and then I will explain you. Union. You write down between union between prana and apana. Then write down union between, under yoga definition 4. Write down union between prana and apana, union between raja and shakti, raja and shiva and shakti. Just write down the union between shiva and shakti. I will explain just now. Uh, Yopan pran yorekyam swarajoretsostatha. I remember the verse. Surya Chandrama Sauri Yogo, union between sun and moon. Union between, I will explain, union between sun and moon in the body. Surya Chandrama Sauri Yogo, Jivatma Paramatmano, union between individual and universal. Removing ignorance, removing the network of delusion. That is exactly the meaning of union. Did you understand the first part? Did I talk about it that yoga has three meanings? One is the union, second is the state, third is the method. Huh? So here we define yoga in terms of union. What is the union? Union between prana and apana. What is prana and what is apana? That is how we should understand everything. Simply by saying prana and apana and you remember it and you don't understand, then nothing happens. So, what is prana? Prana means first unit of energy. It is known as life force. It is the power, it is the force by which we live. Understood? Are we all living beings? Aiden, are we living beings? So, the force by which we live is known as prana. And there is a branch of prana which is known as apana. Apana is also a life force, but it moves in opposite direction. Clear? So when there is a union between the two life forces, it becomes yoga. Clear? Union between Shiva and Shakti. So our Hatha Yoga master says that Shiva is located at the crown of the head. What is that Shiva? It is the real self. What is the power of Shiva? It is Shakti. Where it is located? It is located at the base of the spine. So, by the practice of asana, pranayama, mantra, yama, niyama, this Shakti rises from the tailbone, it reaches to the crown of the head, it unites with the Shiva. That is, or that process is known as yoga. Clear? Now tell me, answer me one question. You both are intelligent. Why we have two eyes?
To see death?
Yes, to see the deaf. Very good. Why we have two ears? Hayden, unmute it and tell me.
I would say it's probably so we can hear from both sides.
Hear from both the sides, that is one, and also see the depth, how far the sound is. So now tell me why we have two nose, two nostrils. The same air goes in and same air comes out. That is my question.
I would say using inference to breathe the death.
Depth of breathing. Just think of it. What do you mean? It is the same air that is going in through this both the nostrils. We don't have two mouths, so that is okay. That is logical. We have two ears, depth, logical. We have two eyes, logical. But where the logic lost, or is there a logic?
If one isn't working, the other one can still get air through.
That is also good. If one is not working, then the other, then some people will have only one nostril working. Now understand, we answer comes from yoga. So, how to, I should explain by example. You are kids. So I'm thinking of some good example. Have you have you read about the right brain and the left brain? Hmm? Yes, you have heard about the right brain is intuitive, synthetic, left brain is analytical, logical. So sometimes people have their left brain more active than the right brain. So some people are emotional, other people are very logical. Huh? So what happens? The right hemisphere of the brain, left hemisphere of the brain. Now understand another that is also coming from the science before I answer you that question. So you see that this is the right hemisphere of the brain. Are you looking at me? So it controls the left side of the body. Do you know that? This right hemisphere of the brain controls the left side of the body. The left hemisphere of the brain, hemisphere means half of that skull. Huh? It controls the right side of the body. Understood? Similarly, yoga says we have two energy flow. One flows through the right nostril, other flows through the left nostril. That is the answer. The right flow of the nostril is known as male. Left flow of the nostril is known as female. Why? It is soft and gentle, feminine, and the right nostril flow is known as male, it is masculine. The right flow is known as sun flow, and the left nostril flow is known as moon flow because moon is cold. Right? Did you get it? That is the answer. So it means we have two energy flows. Now, where yoga comes here? Yoga comes here. Sometime you have noticed that your right nostril is more active than the left. Sometime you find the left nostril is more active than the right. Have you ever noticed? Sometimes the right nostril is blocked, so the left nostril is more active. Sometimes the left nostril is active and the right is not. I give you only a brief introduction. It's a very detailed understanding. But you will pick up. I know what to pick up. So there is a teaching, very secret teaching, and those people who have been doing the practices for a long period, they know it. So now I'm going to tell you the right nostril is active for 90 minutes. And after 90 minutes, it becomes less active. Then the right nostril becomes active. Again, alternate. Right nostril, left nostril, right nostril. That is, means if it is alternating between the 90 minutes duration, then you are healthy physically, mentally, emotionally. Now, when the flow from both the nostrils are equal, when they are equal in deep meditation, then what happens? Your mind is very calm. It is looking inside. It is living inside. When both the nostrils are equal, that is the meaning of union between sun and the moon. Clear? That is the meaning of sun and the moon. Now see, whether your eyes are open or closed, whether you are working or not, whether you are lying down or sitting, if both the nostril flow is equal, you are already in the state of meditation. That state of equal flow, the mind is very calm, quiet, peaceful. Are you getting it? The union between the sun and the moon is also known as yoga. How it happens? By lot of breathing practices, mantra, lot of other yoga practices. We do it so that flow of both the nostrils become equal, and we enter into a deeper meditative state even with eyes open, and we experience permanent happiness. Clear? If you're not clear, you can ask me any question. Clear? Understood? You have any doubt? Okay. No, I don't hear you, Hayden. You have any doubt?
Sorry, brother was talking to me.
So, now let me tell you interesting thing about this sun flow. Sun flow is right nostril. Moon flow is left nostril. So I'm just telling you for the sake of some information. It takes time. You are running, means you are doing some physical activity. Huh? You are doing asana, practice of asana. So the practice of asana, running, some aggressive physical activity is always successful when your right nostril is active. When you have anxiety plus calmness and the peace, when your left nostril is active. One more thing. My master used to say that first make your right nostril active before you eat your meal. Why? Because it digests the food very fast. If you are taking some liquid, huh? Hayden was eating something, that's why I remember. So left nostril. So when the left nostril should be made active, when you are drinking some liquid, when you are doing meditation, so it is very good to be active. There are a lot of things. There are almost 200 steps are taught in that tradition of yoga. What comes? You are going for an interview. So first check which nostril is active. If the right nostril is active, then you have to take a right step, right foot forward while going out of the home to succeed. So, like this, there are hundreds of tips given there. So, I'm leaving there. Now, yoga definition number 5, Agni Purana. Agni Purana is the name of the text. So here you should correct the concentration of chitta. Chitta means the mind. Write down the mind in the bracket. And Brahma means the real self. Brahma means the real self. The different words are used in different texts, so we make it clear. So you focus your mind on the real self deeper inside. So here the master is saying the definition of yoga, that we should learn how to focus your mind. Where? Inside. Just tell me, for a while, close your eyes and focus your mind inside the forehead. See what happens. What do you see? Close your eyes just for a few seconds. Close your eyes and look deep inside the forehead and see what do you see. Now focus your mind inside the heart. What do you see? Very good. Now open your eyes. Now focus on the image that you see in your screen. So can you tell me the difference between the what do you see when you focused your mind inside the forehead?
Calmness.
Calmness. And when you focus outside, it is not as calmness as we see when we move the mind inside. What do you see, Hayden, when you focus your mind inside the forehead?
Darkness.
Darkness. That is also good. So, whether if you see the darkness and there is only a darkness, there cannot be two darkness. So, the mind focuses only on one thing. That also brings the concentration. So, what it says now, as you focus in the darkness, then you focus into the space inside and you remain aware of the space, even if any thought comes and goes. The time comes, the real self is revealed. That is another definition of yoga. Now, coming to the yoga definition number 6, Kurma Puran. There is another text. Concentration achieved by gathering the scattered mind within, dropping the modification. a journey into the unknown. So now understand that part. Are your eyes open? Yes, definitely open. Are you paying attention to me? What I'm saying. So the moment your eyes are open, even if your attention is focused on my image in your PC, still you are aware of the room, you are aware of the couch, you are aware of the color of your screen, you are aware of lot of other things. Isn't it? That is present in your room. Clear? So it means our mind is scattered on different objects when all the sense organs are active. Are you clear? What did I say? I simply said when eyes are open, I not only see my screen, I don't not only see both of you, I see the wall in front behind the monitor, I see the images, I see the light, I'm becoming aware of the space, I'm aware of my keyboard, and lot of other stuff. Isn't it? Same, that means what? The mind is scattered in many objects outside. Clear? We are not aware. That mind, when it is scattered outside, is gathered inside. So, how it is gathered? We start. When I say you to close your eyes and become aware of the body, you see the steadiness in the body, and then what happens? All the sense organs, they stop picking up their objects outside. Because of that, the mind is scattered outside. And then what happens when you close your eyes, start facing within, inside the head? The mind is gathered. Means it leaves that scattering attitude. It has not to see many objects, it has to see only one thing inside. So, as you practice daily, the mind then leaves all the thoughts, images, and the feelings, and the mind becomes empty. That emptiness of the mind reveals our true nature. That is what the yoga is. Yoga definition number 7. 7. Uh, that is little typical to understand. Let us leave it. I'll take up in a different lesson. But remember and ask me. Now, the yoga definition number 8. Self-conscious finding is yoga. That is the proper definition given by Sri Aurobindo. You can write down the great master Aurobindo has defined yoga as self-conscious finding. Means consciously you search your true nature. That is the meaning of yoga. And that is what I have been saying. Yoga means to find your true nature. What is true nature? It is full of pure consciousness, truth, love, permanent happiness, and wisdom within. Now, in the next heading, I said, do you see that? Why yoga? So I have given 3 answers, 4 answers. First answer is to remove the veil of yoga. Veil, covering, curtain. Avidya means unconsciousness, ignorance, falsehood. Is it good to work impulsively, instinctively, habitually, addictively? Sometime in a spur of a moment, we become angry, agitated. So, how to remove that agitation, that anger, that being upset in our life? Don't you want to remove them? That is one benefit, greatest benefit of yoga. To break the cycle of five affliction. Affliction means pain and the suffering. We have physical suffering, physical pain, we have mental pain, we have emotional pain. Did you talk about some emotional and mental pain? Did you understand that? Mental pain, emotional pain, sorrow and happiness, pain and pleasure is what the mental pain is. And emotional pain, love and hate, is emotional pain. Physical pain, we already know it. So it breaks the cycle of these pain and the suffering when you do the practice of yoga. Third, to achieve human excellence by becoming better instrument of the real self. Instead of divine, remove that word divine and just write down real self. So when you become the instrument of the real self, your true nature, you are progressing every time. You become creative, you become more happy, you become more relaxed. That is what is the why we should practice yoga. Okay, basis of yoga, reflection. Oh, a lot of things. What is most important? Yes, practice yoga. So I'm leaving that. Just pick up that, but now come to the last one, the relaxation practice. How we learn and practice yoga. Not practice in yoga, but practice yoga. This you should always remember. First, I don't know, let me know it. Clear? Anything we should ask, what is the principle? What is the concept? So once I know the principle, then I should ask what, why, where, when. I do not understand, let me understand it. Simple. Third, I don't experience, let me practice and experience. Fourth one, I don't remember. So when I don't remember or I do not change, then I should find out the way in yoga how to change my behavior, attitude, which are detrimental to my progress. I don't find everlasting change in as promised by yoga. We have to understand what is causing me the problem, what is blocking me, what are the problems deep inside me in the emotional and mental level. Now, coming to the relaxation practice. So, you have to answer this and then you have to send this assignment, all that. Now, see, this is what we have to do it. How to give the practice of relaxation. This is another way. First is the preparatory step, body, position, and the mind. Preparatory step has 2 points. Second point is how to become comfortable. Do you know, remember, last time I taught you relaxation practice, being comfortable? Always remember being comfortable with reference to the joints of the body. So first you say sit or no, if you are giving the practice of shavasana, you say lie down on your back, your hands are facing up or facing the ceiling or the sky, and eyes are gently closed. Adjust and align your body. Check that there is no unease and discomfort in the body. So that is what the preparatory step is. Clear? Now, second step, being comfortable. So, how to give the practice and how to do the practice of being comfortable? What we say in being comfortable, look at mentally. So, say just look at it, we do it and then we will experience. So, eyes are closed, the body is steady, body is not moving at all. The mind is looking inside. From inside, the mind is looking at the neck joint. Mind is look at the neck joint mentally. So looking here means the mind is feeling the neck joint. And when the use the how you give the practice, just understand. Let me give you that step. Eyes are closed, the body is sitting or lying down in an easy posture. Now we should become comfortable. So move the mind in the neck joint, on the neck joint. Be there, feel sensation, comfortable, steadiness. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel, be there, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You can also pick up other joints, but instruction is the same. Move the mind on the elbow joints. Be there, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So, at the same time, what you're doing as a teacher, you are watching your own students. If they are moving, you continue with other joints. And when you see your students, their body is now not moving, it has a tense steadiness. So, you can bring an end to the second step by saying, move the mind on all the joints of the body. Be there, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. So it is very practical. It is not that you simply hear it, you are looking at the your students. And when you are doing the practice, you also know it. Body is moving, you continue with being comfortable. Clear? But sometime what happens? There are crazy students, they constantly move their body. So we need not to worry about them. If there are 10 students, one person has a habit of moving, don't worry. We continue. Now, what are the main steps of relaxation? Main steps of relaxation are four: sensation and awareness, sensation and stillness, living within, breath awareness. So, now see that how you do the practice, how you give the practice of the third step. Just close your eyes as if you are comfortable. You're totally comfortable, body is not moving. So how you follow it? You look at the head and the neck mentally. You say it with a little modification of your voice. Now, if you are saying very with a harsh voice, look at the head and the neck. So instead of relaxation, they will get more agitated. Are you understanding? So, what you say? You look at the head and the neck, or you can say, move your mind on the head and the neck. Be there, feel the sensation, and become aware. That is our step number three. That is why I have written S3. Do you understand that? You get it? So, same now, what is the difference of being comfortable and being the third step? Okay, have you noted? In being comfortable, what instruction we gave? Move the mind on the neck joint. Be there. And what experience? Sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Clear? In being comfortable, we move the mind on different joints of the body, right? But in the step number 3, we move the mind on major parts of the body, both in step number 3 and 4. Are you getting it? Move the mind on the head and the neck. Be there. Feel the sensation and become aware. Move the mind. So you remember we just go to number 1, head and the neck. Second number, move the mind on the right arm. Be there. Sensation and awareness. Third major part, left arm. Same instruction. Fourth is rib cage. Fifth is belly. Sixth is right leg. Seventh is left leg. Eighth is the entire body. Move the mind on the entire body. Be there. Feel the sensation and become aware. Step number 3 is done. Did you get it? If you listen to the previous audio recording, you will understand the same way I have given the instruction. Same way you should also. First, you should practice yourself so that you become more and more aware of these steps. Clear? The 8 major points. Same thing with the 8 major points. We only change the instruction in the step number 4. Today or tomorrow, you should give the practice to your sibling or your parents or your friends. Are you ready? One thing more. When you give the instructions, record in your iPhone and send to me. At least you should give the practice to 5 people, and every time you follow the same instruction. The step number 4, we move the mind on the head and the neck. Be there and feels the sensation, experience the stillness. Did you get it? So all the 8 points, both in step number 3 and 4. What is the difference? In step number 3, our instruction, you feel the sensation and become aware. Or you can simply say, move the mind on the head and the neck, sensation and awareness. And now step 4, move the mind on the head and the neck. Be there, experience sensation and stillness. Did you get it? Did you see the difference? Now coming to the step number 5. In the step number 5, our instruction is simple. Move the mind inside the heart first, then look into the space. Second, when you see the space, say to yourself, I am the peace. Did you understand that? So step number 3, 4, 5 is done. And the 6th step, what we say, we never use the word focus on the breath. We are not making any effort. We are not fighting with the breath. So what we say, you are already in the state of sensation and stillness. Mind is living within. From within, look at the breath. The breath is going in and out. This is the first point. When the breath goes in and out, you feel the sensation of the breath. Third point, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So, 3-pointed awareness of the breath. So, after you have given the instruction, what you do, it is better to look at the watch and stay there for 1 minute. You can repeat the instruction, but minimum 1 minute is required. And if you have more time, no problem. Extend that period for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Clear? And now the concluding steps. Step number 7. So now, after 1 minute of the step number 6, step number 7 is you simply say, now do nothing, live in that state of doing nothing. And again, you give minimum 1 minute. So, what do you see? That is how I observe you guys. So, when I say do nothing, you keep watching the students. If they are moving their body, if they are moving their eyeballs, if they are moving their fingers, their mind wants to jump outside. It means they might have experienced relaxation, but the mind is still agitated. Oh, you see, you can observe easily. Then the step number 8 is 3 times you should chant with a love and affection, as if you are chanting and you are giving, as if through the chanting you are passing on the peace, love, and the wisdom to all your students. Have you seen me? One breath. Then take the second breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So normally when we are in a hurry, we say Om Shanti, 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 get up. Now that is not what the relaxation practice is. So it should be done with awareness, with a calmness. When your students listen to you, that look at this beautiful girl who is reciting, who is singing with such a calmness, that affects the students. Are you getting it? And you both are capable of this. And then you need not to be here in one breath. You say Om. In the second breath, you say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. When you are full of love and calmness, your students also will be in the state of calmness. Right? Then comes the step number 9. Step number 9 is return. So we have to return in a specific way. How? You have to be very soft. Bring your mind on the right hand. Bring your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down and sit up if they are lying down. Clear? You have to be very soft. You both are soft, so you have to use that softness in your instruction. And as I always ask, what do you feel? What is your experience? Share it. So if some people do not want to share, leave them. Don't focus on them. So when you share, then you can bring an end to the practice. Now, the same instruction with an introduction I have written for you guys. This is another way to give the practice, right? So you have to read it and you have to answer all the questions. And after answering the questions, first tell me if you have any doubt in today's lesson. You want to ask me anything? You can ask me. So you have to answer all the questions there and you have to send a